give you the overview of the Arise Pakistan program. As we are going towards the end of the program, we're going to be giving you what the entire program has been doing in 1 year in Pakistan. Our entire project period was started in March 2021 till March 2022. We received a total of 300,000 US dollars, and the total number of FOs that were outreached as a result of the Arise loans was 44. Out of these 44, 40 FOs received production capital loans and 4 FOs received marketing or working capital loans. The total amounts of these loans are as you can see on the screen, and the breakdown detail of each FO and what kind of loan they used is also provided as an annex at the end of this presentation. In the production side, we were mostly supporting vegetable production, fruits and poultry. And on the marketing side, we were supporting beans and mutton. In vegetables, 1,672 tons were produced as a result of our Arise loans, and all of these were marketed in the areas of Gilgit, Skardu, and the Hunza markets. 699 tons, in additional to the 1,672 tons, were processed vegetables, which were also marketed in Gilgit, Skardu, and Hunza. Processed fruits, 1.83 tons were produced, and these were marketed at local markets and then also in the Rawalpindi and Lahore markets. The Arise loans also helped produce 3 tons of poultry, and these were marketed in the Lahore market. For pure marketing purposes, beans, 1.7 tons were produced, and these were all marketed locally in the Gilgit, Skardu, and Hunza areas. And then mutton was also procured. The animals were procured, but production hasn't yet started, so it is still under production. The impact of Arise as a response to COVID-19. So what was the availability of quality inputs? The Arise loans helped solve the problems of finance that the farmer organizations could purchase and provide quality inputs at the right times to their members. And therefore, they were able to take full advantage of the vegetable production seasons and the fruit production seasons. For bulk purchases, the Arise farmers were able to buy required inputs collectively, which helped lower the prices due to purchasing in bulk. And the dependency on small or limited markets was actually reduced, because as the FOs were able to produce more and better quality product, they were able to sell this at better prices in bigger markets. Arise impact on women. 35% of the Arise recipients were women, and one of the main concerns that women farmers across Pakistan, especially in the marginalized Gilgit-Baltistan area, is access to farmers. So the Arise loans helped these women farmers in reducing their dependency on trying to get loans through other means, or not being able to produce at all because of a lack of access to finance. So what were the roles played by women in the Arise loan cycle? They were the main players. They were the recipients, managers, as well as extension workers. And in some cases, they were the marketing force as well. As we were working with women-only FOs as well, some of the FOs that we worked with, therefore, the women were able to play all of these roles where they were the money managers, as well as the marketing element through the Arise capital received. Arise impact on youth. Almost 20% of the recipients who received Arise loans were youth. And again, as is the case with women, or as is the case with most smallholder farmers, access to finance is one of their biggest hurdles. So the Arise loans helped them purchase the right inputs at the right time. And again, because these FOs were comprised of youth, they played all the roles of the money managers. They were the recipients, as well as bringing in a new element of marketing, which is including social media marketing by creating Facebook pages and using WhatsApp to reach better and down-country markets. What has been the impact of Arise on households? So Arise has impacted the farmers in Gilgit-Baltistan by providing access to credit, access to improved and quality input at the right time, and increasing the production of quality produce, better access to markets because of the bulk quantities produced, which led to collective sales, and introduction of new micro-enterprises, for example, poultry and goat rearing, as well as introduction to new agricultural technology and techniques, for example, tunnel farming, as well as tunnel drying and things like that. What has been the Arise impact on the farmer organizations? So Arise has helped to introduce the concept of planned production, collective procurement, as well as collective marketing at better and higher prices, which has resulted in developing faith in the farmer organization itself, as well as attracted more farmers to become members of these farmer organizations and become part of a collective. So, who were the primary FOs or FO beneficiaries? For example, did Arise enhance the unity, solidarity among the members and gained new methodology, etc.? So, bulk or collective procurement as well as collective marketing were the new concepts which were introduced amongst the local farmers of Gilgit-Baltistan. And this helped to add to increasing the income of these farmers. So, as a project partner in terms of 4P, were they able to get more marketing contracts or supplier agreements? Yes, because of the whole collective marketing and collective production element which was introduced in the markets of Gilgit-Baltistan, the local traders and wholesalers were also attracted to purchase from the farmer organizations because of the availability in bulk and the improvement in production quality as well as volume of production. So the local wholesalers as well as traders were attracted to them. What were some of the challenges encountered during the implementation? As we know that the past 2 years have been under the global pandemic of COVID. So initially during the first year, during the first months of the first year of implementation, mobility due to the lockdowns was quite severe. So how the NIA overcome this was by meeting with smaller groups of people, adhering to the SOPs as instituted by the government, and trying to meet in open spaces as opposed to offices or something like that. But by meeting in smaller groups and reducing the number of people per group, but increasing the number of meetings, is how we tried to overcome our mobility limitations. The second major challenge that we encountered was the delayed bank transfers. So to try to counter that, what the NIA did was to provide extra time for the repayment as well as usage of pay orders instead of crossed checks for the repayment of loans. Support from other partners. So the NIA provided support to the Arise project beneficiaries in the form of providing them innovative business ideas, for example, poultry rearing as well as goat rearing, as a micro enterprise was a new idea which was introduced in the entire area of Gilgit-Baltistan. Providing market information, what is demanded by the market, what kind of product, what kind of quality, where the rates are best available, providing them linkage to the relevant marketing partners so they can have real-time information, as well as identification of relevant training service providers, as well as input service providers, and playing matchmaker for these two. These are some of the support that the NIA provided to the Arise beneficiaries. Some of the major lessons learned by the Pakistan NIA have been that the FOs do have the ability and capacity as well as will to implement microcredit projects like Arise. And the farmers understand and abide by the rules if they are clearly made to them, and their buy-in is sought through the form of mobilization activities which the NIA conducted, as I mentioned earlier, despite our COVID limitations of mobility, by breaking them down into smaller groups and increasing contact with them, we were better able to explain the rules as well as the concept behind collective marketing. And as the farmers understood and accepted this, they were more willing and able to comply with the remainder rules and processes which were required. And there's a big willingness amongst the farmers to work together collectively. And Arise, going forward, Arise implementation will be aligned with the local agriculture season, so they can make the most use of the Arise loans. What are some of the key takeaway points? That Arise should be continued and extended. There has been great acceptance as well as, people have been wanting more, loans. More FOs want to get, avail the Arise program. And the loan period should become crop or commodity based. As you can see, these are some of the Arise pictures where you can see some of our women farmers. You can see the tunnel in the background. You can see that, when the chickens being procured and provided by the FO members, FO governors to their board of managers to their farmers, as well as an on-field training activity being conducted. Thank you. That is all from Pakistan.